After the brutal war against Sparta, after the blood-soaked cliffs of Thermopylae, after King Leonidas and his 300 warriors had fallen, the Persian Empire believed victory was certain. Greece was wounded, broken, weak, but one battle still stood in their way. A battle at sea. A battle that would decide the fate of empires. And at the center of this coming storm stood one woman. Her name was Artemisia. While King Xerxes marched across Greece with his massive army, his navy prepared for the final strike. Hundreds of warships, thousands of warriors, all waiting for one command. And leading them was the most dangerous admiral in the empire, Artemisia of Halicarnassus. She was born in a powerful coastal city in Asia Minor, in what is now modern Turkey. She was not fully Persian. She was of Greek and Carian blood, but her loyalty belonged to Persia. After her husband died, Artemisia inherited the throne. In a world ruled by men, she ruled alone. Many expected her to be weak. Many expected her to fail. They were wrong. Artemisia refused to hide behind palace walls. She trained with soldiers. She studied strategy. She learned the language of the sea. Winds, currents, tides, storms, she mastered them all. She understood that true power was not only about strength, it was about intelligence. When King Xerxes prepared to conquer Greece, he searched for the strongest commanders in his empire. Generals, admirals, warriors. Many claimed greatness. Artemisia proved it, with discipline, with courage, with loyalty. She was given command of 5 warships. Few in number, but perfectly trained. Small in size, but deadly in skill. Xerxes trusted her more than most men. Because Artemisia was different, she did not flatter him, she did not lie. She spoke the truth, even when it was dangerous. Before the great naval battle, Artemisia gave Xerxes a warning. She said, "Do not fight the Greeks at sea. They are stronger there. They know these waters. They will trap us. Wait, starve them. Break them slowly." It was brilliant advice. It was logical, strategic, correct, but pride defeated wisdom. Other generals wanted glory. They wanted victory. They wanted fame. They convinced the king that a direct assault was the only path to honor. Xerxes listened to them and chose battle. In 480 BC, the Persian fleet sailed toward the narrow waters of Salamis. It was a trap, and the Greeks were ready. When the battle began, chaos exploded across the sea. Ships crashed into each other, oars shattered, fire burned. Smoke filled the sky. Men screamed, wood splintered, water turned red. The massive Persian fleet, a symbol of overwhelming power, found itself trapped in a bottleneck. Their superior numbers became a weakness. They were too large, too slow, and too disorganized for the tight, treacherous space. The smaller, more agile Greek ships darted in and out, striking with deadly precision. Most Persian commanders panicked. They lost formation. They lost control. They lost courage. Their orders were lost in the noise and confusion. Their magnificent ships became floating prisons, unable to maneuver and easy targets for the enemy. But Artemisia did not panic. She remained calm. She observed. She analyzed. When Greek ships began chasing her, she realized she was surrounded. Escape seemed impossible. Her ship was being hunted, cornered between the relentless Greek attackers and the wreckage of her own fleet. Then, she made a shocking decision. She turned her ship and attacked a Persian ally vessel. A friendly ship, commanded by another Persian ally, was in her path. Without hesitation, she ordered her crew to ram it. The ship exploded into splinters. The Greek ships watching from a distance were stunned. They believed Artemisia had switched sides, turning against her own people in a desperate act of betrayal. They stopped chasing her. They turned away, looking for other Persian targets. And just like that, she escaped. It was deception, brilliant, ruthless, effective. While others were destroyed, Artemisia survived. From a hilltop, King Xerxes watched the battle. He saw his fleet collapsing. He saw his commanders failing. He saw his dream of conquest sinking into the sea. And he saw Artemisia, fearless, clever, unbroken. Amidst the chaos, her ship was a beacon of tactical genius. A courtier, not knowing who was commanding the ship, pointed to her maneuver and said, "My lord, see how well Artemisia fights." Xerxes, believing she had sunk a Greek ship, was deeply impressed. When the battle ended, Persia had lost. The invasion of Greece was broken. But Artemisia had won something greater, respect. Xerxes turned to his men and said, "My men have become women, and my woman has become a man." It was the highest praise he could offer, spoken in front of the entire empire. In a moment of total defeat, Artemisia's reputation soared. After the devastating loss, Xerxes was confused, angry, exhausted. His grand army was still in Greece, but his navy, his lifeline, was shattered. He was cut off and vulnerable. He called his commanders for counsel. He was afraid, and he didn't know whether to stay and continue the fight or retreat. Once again, he listened to Artemisia. She advised him to return to Persia, to protect his throne, to save his legacy. She argued that his presence was no longer needed, and that leaving a portion of the army behind was enough to continue the campaign without risking his own life. He obeyed. He trusted her judgment above all others. Artemisia escorted his son safely home, acting as a royal guardian. She had become more than a commander. She had become a guardian of the empire. Later, she returned to Halicarnassus to rule her kingdom. Some legends say she ruled in peace for many years. Others tell a tragic story of unrequited love that led to her death. History is unclear on her final days, but her legacy is not. The truth is, Artemisia did not win the war. Persia lost at Salamis. Their fleet was shattered. Their dream of conquering Greece was broken. History recorded it as a Greek victory, a triumph of democracy and freedom against tyranny. But inside that defeat, Artemisia stood apart. While other commanders collapsed, she survived. While others made excuses, she had already warned them. While others lost honor, she gained respect. She did not conquer the sea, but she conquered reputation. Even Greek historians, her enemies, admitted her brilliance. In defeat, she became a legend. Artemisia was more than a warrior. She was a strategist, a leader, a survivor, a queen in a world dominated by men. She stood above them, not by brute force alone, but by mind, by courage, by vision. She proved that true power is not about gender. It is about intelligence. It is about bravery. It is about knowing when to fight and when to think. Her story reminds us that history is not only written by kings and conquerors, but also by fearless women who refuse to be forgotten. Because true greatness is not about always winning. It is about standing strong when everything falls apart. Thank you for watching. Follow our channel to uncover more incredible stories hidden in history.